Hi everybody, my name is Fuzzful, and today we're going to be looking at a list of 42 questions for you guys to get to know me better. So I actually got this idea from an Instagram share post that was going around where the person just kind of answers 42 questions that people choose. I just kind of wanted to answer them all. For a brief quick introduction, my name is Fuzzful, the name of the channel, but also my characters Sprite and Harlow. I figured these 42 questions would really help kind of set the stage for what to expect with my content, so I figured this was a great place to start. So let's get into the questions. Question 1. Dream Maker. You know, I'm a little greedy when I say that I would love to recommission Wild Foxworks for a personal character. I just have a character who I think would look super freaking cool in Ruby's style, so, you know, it'd be cool to own another one. Number 2, obscure or niche special interest. I really gotta think on this one. I mean, I don't think that this one's a niche one, but it kind of is. I'm a Monster High doll collector, so I can show that in a minute, but I don't think doll collecting is niche in any way, but it is my special interest, so I figured I'd bring that up. No, I'm so serious. I think a large part of my personality is just doll collecting. And, you know, of course, being a furry. But again, I wouldn't call that niche. Number 3, Fursona species. So Harlow is actually my true Sona, so I'm gonna go off of her character. I haven't decided if I'm being completely honest. So post recording this video, I actually did figure out what Harlow's species is. She's a mountain lion. Don't listen to past Sprite. Moving on. So undetermined, but she's just big cat. Number 4, how many suits have you made? I actually have made 2 suits. One was just a head and the other one was a full partial. I'm honestly pretty proud of both of them, I will say. Number 5, first con. So technically an anime con was my first con, but in a furry sense, I'm pretty sure my first furry con was, but now I don't remember, was it Further Confusion? Editor me, figure it out, thank you. I hate giving myself extra work, but you know. Number 6, would you prefer a refurb or a 2.0? Honestly, I really thought about this when it came to Sprite's upgrades because he used to look a little jank. I really wanted a 2.0. In the end, I decided on a refurb because I simply don't have the space. But I do love seeing people's 2.0s. Number 7, favorite con. I'm gonna be honest. I think BLFC personally has that big of a place in my heart because it's BLFC. It's one of the best cons I've ever been to. There's just so much to do at BLFC, and it's also just as an adult, BLFC is so fun. As much as I love AFC, I don't know. Man, that's hard. Okay. Final answer, it's gonna be BLFC. I'm sorry. Okay, next question. Number 8, favorite season of the year. I think I do decide on summer, simply because I'm Californian and summers here are great. Number 9, what was your first fursuit? Oh, this makes me so happy to think about. My very first fursuit actually was this. Some people still recognize me from her a long time ago, but my original fursuit was Mika, and my username was Mika Mischief, basically on everything, before it was Fuzzful, and she was made by Only Screaming Wolf, and I, to this day, love that suit with all of my heart, so I will carry her memory instead. Number 10, favorite MMO as a kid. I'm gonna be so real, Club Penguin through and through, bro. I really wish that I got Animal Jam, but I just never heard of it until I was a teenager. Number 11, first OC. I think my first OC was a neon green. I'll see if I have a picture of him, but it was a neon green and black and yellow, I think, hellhound named Kane. My online username was Kane Bane, so I made my fursona named Kane. And honestly, I love that guy, but I definitely outgrew him. He was definitely a character of his time. Number 12, weirdest, wildest furry memory. Oh, I have a great story for this. So I'm gonna go with weirdest, but it was weird how it happened. So me and my friend Emo Barks, we clocked each other at a job of both being furries, and it was just it was really funny. And what happened was that this location had furry in the name, and I initially applied to this job and was like, haha, that'd be funny. I worked there for a few months. Whenever I had to sign off on something, I would draw a cat. And my vocal stim is meowing, so it wasn't weird to them. Basically furry shit, right? They would ask me about it and I would deny it, but they knew. And I actually think I ended up telling my boss. He was really cool, love him so much. And eventually one of the trainers came up to me and was like, wait, are you this person? And I was like, yeah. You're the one drawing the cats everywhere. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh my, wait. And that is the story of how me and Emo Barks became friends. It was only weird because, like, you just clock each other at work. I don't know. Like, I know that furries work with each other a lot, but, like, it's funny because furry was in the name. Number 13, what got you into the fandom? Ready as I'll ever be animation of Warrior Cats. I'm so serious. Like, I'm so dead ass. I also would say, of course, the Vivzy Pop animation to the Kesha song. Yeah, of course, that shit got me. But mainly, I was already a pretty big anime fan, so like, furries, we kind of were like, you know, cousins in a sense. So like I always knew about them, but you know, I also had like that first impression of like, oh, furries are weird. So I got into it and I fell in love actually with Sprite. This guy. Anyone who owns the suit that got them into the fandom knows how special it feels. But honestly, other than animations and seeing videos like Majira Strawberry and stuff online, but overall, I think what got me into the fandom was initially the sense of community. And I mean, it also helps that I'm a theater kid, so I will take any chance to perform ever. There's a reason I'm a dancer. But moving on to question 14, what pets do you have? I have my chud son. He's great. I love him and I would die for him, but he also hates me. It's a one-way relationship and I'm okay with that. Honestly, my cat feels more like a roommate. I love my cat. Number 15, best con memory. Honestly, all of AFC. I really loved hanging out with Two-Face cosplay, and with my partner, it was really awesome, and getting to meet a lot of online mutuals. Sure, there was some complications that happened at the con, but overall, it really felt amazing. Number 16, tattoos you have/want. I have so many tattoos that I want, but as of right now, I can show the ones I have. So this was actually my first tattoo, so of course it was a cat, but it's this little moon cat. Moon cat, he's so cute. And then I have these bats on my arm, of course, and this one's the most recent one, which is a little feather, and then of course my cherry blossom. I'm not typically someone who like has to have a reason for tattoos, like I got the bats because it's fucking bats. But I always make sure that I really think through what I'm getting because it is permanent on my body and I got crazy commitment issues. Number 17, favorite details on your fursuit. So on Sprite specifically, I liked his eyes. I am very picky when it comes to fursuit eyes, so these just met every expectation I ever set. But when it comes from a like construction point of view of like how my suit was made, I love that the inside of my muzzle is hollowed out, so it really helps with breathability and airflow, but also how snug on my head my fursuit is. I have a very tiny head, and I'm not complaining simply because my maker is just that good and just made it fucking work for me. For Harlow, I think my favorite detail is the glitter on her eyes, her little tear marks right here, and also from a construction point of view, again, on my maker, she is so lightweight, so breathable, so easy to carry around. Sometimes I don't even realize that I'm wearing Harlow because she's just that comfortable for me. Number 18, bucket list cons to attend. You never know what can happen at a con that will like deter me away from going, but I think going to all the major cons is definitely on my bucket list. Like if I have the opportunity to go, I'll absolutely go. And to me, honestly, it doesn't really matter what con that I go to. So as long as I feel like I'd be safe at the convention or like they have my best interest in mind, then I would love to go. But some cons just don't meet that criteria. So, we'll fucking fancy. I don't think that there's a single one that I'm like dying to go to. I'm just kind of like hey, if I get an offer to go, I'll go, sure. You'd be surprised how much that happens. I love it so much. I love going to cons with friends. Number 19. Oh, one controversial furry opinion. Oh, I guess this is an easy one. I think my main ones are about dancing specifically because that's the section of the furry community that I'm really, really passionate about. If you are a judge, I think that there need to be requirements to be a judge. Is that crazy to say? I would expect you to have a background in dancing knowledge or just experience. I actually do like the idea that some conventions actually bring on the winner of last year's dance competition as a judge, but also sometimes that bites us in the ass. And I only say that because I have seen some very unjustified judging when it comes to dance comps. Skill is not being recognized because the people who are judging do not have the skills to recognize that other skill. There's so much talent in the furry community, and I see it get overlooked a lot by improper judging, by judges not being able to understand the skill that is being presented to us. And it's really unfortunate because as a dancer and as someone who has extensive dancing background, I recognize that talent. And it's really sad to see someone who has mastered their song not place when someone who just did a fucking TikTok dance on stage plays second. That gets my blood boiling. I have so much exposure and knowledge when it comes to dancing and what to look for when it comes to dancing and being able to appreciate and recognize and identify a great dancer. And I have recognized a lot. I want to see people being properly judged with judges who are credible and not biased. Everyone has their own biases at the end of the day. I know that, but I don't care if your friend is competing. This person just fucking did the most revolutionary shit I've ever seen on this stage tonight. What do you mean they didn't get first? I think that anyone can dance, but not anyone can judge. And I think that to be a judge should be a high-level title. One of the reasons why maybe I'm so passionate about this is because I have watched people who have been improperly judged and given the most stupid notes I have ever fucking heard. That is something that I cannot tolerate. But moving on, Jesus Christ. Number 20, do you prefer big or smaller cons? I would probably say smaller cons because I like being able to talk to more people and it feels a little bit more personal. When it comes to bigger cons, it always feels like there's already predetermined friend groups. So it's harder to branch out a little bit because with local cons, these people don't live that far. So we could always hang out again or like attend local fur meets together. I only say that because that's honestly how I've made half of my friends. And it's worked this far. So yeah, smaller cons. Even though bigger cons are more fun simply because they have more to do. But smaller cons at the end of the day. Number 21, pause or moz? Moz. Next question. Number 22, one furry pet peeve. Brush your suits. Please, please, for the love of God. Just take care of your suits, guys. Number 23, unusual species you'd love to see more suits of. Species specifically that I'd love to see more of. I'm not sure how. Fish fursuits. And honestly, one more that I'll add, themed fursuits. Like, I want to get a bunch of mutuals together and we just own different fursuits that are themed after drinks. Because I've already claimed Sprite, so like, are we gonna get a Coke, a Pepsi, a Mountain Dew, a root beer, Monster? Drink-themed fursuits. Number 24, current job. Well, I just got done with the show where I was an ASM, which is a assistant stage manager, and I was just onboarded to do SM, which is stage manager. So everything's under my belt now, but that won't be for another couple months. For right now, I'm on summer, but typically I'm a full-time college student. I did have a job, but then they fired me for pursuing my career, which was really odd. I don't really know. But luckily right now I'm doing pretty okay, so I don't need to worry about it. Number 25, Digi, Slim Digi, or Plenty fursuit. Full suit. So personally, I would say digigrades are my favorite because I like the shape. It tickles my brain. It looks really good. I would get a slim digi suit for Harlow, but you know, plantigrades are starting to, you know, they're growing on me. So I think honestly, digigrades are always going to be the way that I go because I just like how they look more. Number 26, full suit or partial. Honestly, I love owning full suits because I love having the option, but partial all the way. Number 27, your love language. I think with friends, it'll be quality time. I think another layer of that is gift giving in a way. Number 28, rave or room parties. Honestly, I would say room parties because I like just being a large group of friends. Number 29, your con plans for this year. So probably wait for ASC, definitely BLFC. I like spontaneous cons, meaning cons that I can just afford to go to. Number 30, favorite hotel lobby / elevator experience. I think the only thing that I can think of is maybe like losing my friends in elevators. There have been times at BLFC where like getting around the Grand Sierra is a little bit tricky. And if it's like after hours and we have been drinking or something, it just makes for a really fucking funny experience. Number 31, last pick of your fursuit. Number 32, how many cons have you been to? I'm gonna only count the furry cons. I've been to a lot of anime cons too. BLFC, I've been there 3 times. AFC, I've been to once. Game. I think that's it actually. Number 33, when is your birthday? I'm an Aries. I don't feel comfortable releasing my birthday to the internet, but I'm an Aries. I'm on cram 23. Number 34, longest you've waited for a commission. I think 2 years. Yeah. And it was for a badge of a character that I don't own anymore. Yeah. Number 35, what is your sexual orientation / gender pronouns? I identify as gay. Yay. I also use he, him pronouns and identify as a man. I'm a dude, bruh. Let's see. Number 36, have you ever turned someone into a furry? Yes, many times. They have told me. I just exposed you to the fandom and then you kind of went down the rabbit hole. I don't think I've ever like, you're a furry now. Wait, no, I did do that to my partner. Number 37, most money you've dropped at a con. I think like close to 1,500. It was because there was a lot of last minute fees we had to pay. There was a like hotel room thing that happened. Number 38, how long have you been a furry? That's a fun question. So I would say I've been a furry for about 13 years, but like not consistently. Kind of didn't consider myself a furry until I was in my teenager years, but I was definitely a furry because I was acting like it. Like, it's just, you look and furry. Number 39, VR chat or fur meet, both. But I honestly feel like fur meets are more personal and I like actually physically suiting instead of just wearing a VR headset. One thing to know about me is that I am very much an in-person person. I would much rather talk to you in person than on my phone because I typically don't like to be on my phone. It was a habit that I was able to break and I just feel better off my phone, which is funny because I'm trying to make content, so I kind of have to be on my phone. So in the end, I guess fur meets, yeah. Number 40, fave furry musician. I mean, I have my friend Umi, of course, so I'll say him. Number 41, do you prefer to date inside or outside the fandom? Outside. My partner was a normie, then I let him know I was a furry and he didn't really care. If anything, he was actually super interested because he already knew I was a cosplayer, so I kind of explained to him, it's no different. And honestly, when it comes to evaluating who I want to be friends, like what their opinion is on furries, because anyone who's cool fucks with furries, so that's all I'm saying. And this is the last question. We finally made it. Number 42. Fave furry media, brand new animal, BNA. Actually, I really love that show. It's an anime. It's on Netflix, but I will say that Bad Guys is like one of my favorite movies ever as well. I never read Warrior Cats, but I always watched the animations, and I know that the animations were not canon at all in any sense, and that's probably why I was so confused about Warrior Cats for the longest fucking time. I never cared to read them as much because I was a dyslexic child and reading was hard. Is it weird to get into it as an adult? Is there any art on my wall from any shows? I mean, Fortnite, of course. Oh, I love furry representation in Fortnite. Honestly, favorite furry media has to be Surf's Up. I will say, love Surf's Up. How long has my microphone been dead? Fuck. I hope it got any of that audio. I will scream and cry. I will scream and cry. No! Damn, I had no idea my microphone died. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Oh well, shit happens. Anyways, that actually concludes all 42 questions. So I think with that, I hope you guys got to know me a little bit better. Makes you maybe want to stick around and come see what other content I have. But anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Share on social media. I am Fuzzful on almost everything. So I will see you next time. Hopefully, have a good day. Okay, bye.